sharing today about Aquarius in the 12 days of Aries, which is the 12 days of Nissan, the Jewish month. It's the 6th month, but it's also considered the 1st month. And each of these 12 days corresponds to the 12 months of the year. The moon cycles is once per month versus the year, which is all the way around once a year. So in Judaism, we use, according to the Hebrew teachings, we use these, even though these are English words like Aquarius or, the next one that we're going to be doing is Pisces. But even if we do use these words in Hebrew, there's words like Adar is Dagim, the Pisces is the fishes. So these are like Greek, even the word Aries, these are Greek, as far as I know, these are Greek words, but they're the English words. A lot of English comes from Latin, Greek roots. So in Hebrew, they actually have a meaning of what they represent. For example, I spoke yesterday about Sagittarius, which is the Keshet, which is the archer, but also the rainbow. So in its very name, it kind of alludes to the energy that sign is all about. And again, I want to remind that these are comfort zone areas that are defaults, but they're not necessarily, who we actually are in our potential, in our capabilities. That's something that, as it said, is a Jew is above mazel. A Jew is above luck or flow, like these flow of these signs. Actually, we become, the future us through hard work, through transformation, getting out of the boundaries. However, for one person, the comfort zone is here. For another person, it's there. And also, most of us will recognize we have a lot of these in our so-called house. The sun is a star, so you have your star sign. But then, the moon sign, like I said, according to Judaism. And then you even have the farthest place where the moon is, or, called the lily, or like the dark side of the moon. And then you have where all the planets are. So, yeah, so in terms of like, when someone says like, oh, that's your star sign, where was the moon at that time? And then we say, well, we can look at where you were in that month, where the sun and the moon were in that time, but we're not going by the year of the sun. We're going by cycles. Each month is another cycle. And in the elements, in terms of the elements, we just finished Capricorn, which is earth, and now we're at air, which is Aquarius, and we're going to go to Pisces, which is water, but the one before Capricorn was fire, so they also alternate that way. It's just a very complete picture. Like I said, you have all the different elements related to you, all the different cycles related to you, but you really do have your gravity point, like central place of where you might say your origin is, or where you might be going. Could be completely different. So we're starting with Aquarius today, and we'll do Pisces, and so we did Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer the first day. Then we did Libra and Virgo the next day. Then we did we also did Leo. I forgot about Leo and Scorpio. So actually, I thought yesterday we were like halfway through. We already had done 8. And then we did 2, that was 10. So these are the last 2. We're going to be finished here. So I think I was, may have made a mistake when I said that we were halfway through. We were actually further than that. But now we're almost done. So now we're doing Aquarius first. At first look, they appear to be contributionlessly egotistical. In other words, out of the box innovators in actuality, where anything is possible, but also like they're not really contributing. It's more like they are just thinking about themselves, but they're putting themselves in with the big picture. So they're thinking of the big picture and identifying as that. So there's nothing really the creator, the light can't do, and we inherited that spiritual DNA as a reminder to let go of calculations and logic and just think out of the box, even be crazy. We are in the age of Aquarius, which people have heard, and the age of the Messiah, consciousness. So Aquarians think and see big, breaking out of what limits us, and it's very out there, so high that it's hard for them to relate to the physical, mundane challenges. It's like a looking for clarity, for answers. It's a getting past not just what brings us down, but even the constraints of time, space, or motion. And this big picture is really that which is almost pre-picture. So we say creativity efforts are to engage in one-on-one conversations and connections with as many people as we can, because this reinforcement is really out of their nature to be the one-on-one, and also making the effort to stay present, asking themselves, like, how can I reveal and shine my greatest light? And asking our challenges or changes, what are you here to teach me? Or what's the lesson I have to learn? We can focus on extracting the maximum wisdom and beauty and focus on being extra sensitive and attentive to others. I am right at the first few days of Pisces, so Aquarius is right before. And I believe my Saturn is in, I think for most of us, our Saturn is related to Aquarius. Now, I think because of how long it takes for Saturn's cycle to match our, what we're talking about here, which is like the cycle of the Earth in relation to the Sun and Moon. Almost saying like our Earth sign is sort of like the sign. So I don't know at this moment if everybody's Saturn is in Aquarius or if I'm making a mistake. I'm going to go check my chart 1 second. I have it nearby. Yeah, my Saturn is in Aquarius. And I'm going to see here, I have another chart here, so I'll see if... No, so everyone's different. Like, another person's chart I just happen to have is the Saturn is in Libra. So here I'll say, like, remember we talked about planets and the sun as the star. So, for example, my Saturn is in Aquarius. Now that's a strong place because the Aquarius is actually related to Saturn. So that could be why I remembered. Anyway, so the age of Aquarius is really peace, harmony, love, joy. It's that the Creator is infinite and perfect, so everything we source is inherently good from the source. Even when it appears like conflict or defensiveness, from that viewpoint, there's heaven on earth and billions of perfect light beings. And Kabbalah teaches universal technology of the soul, that the immutable laws of the universe that we're able to apply, and chaos reflects Adam and Eve. We each are being given free choice, exposed to the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. Tree of knowledge is the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And then the adversary, opponent's influence, we ate or immersed in the tree. From that moment, death, destruction, chaos, darkness, illusion, and confusion come into the world because of the ability to conceive and know and interact with evil. Once we gave in to that negative opponent, adversary, like a spiritual parasite of negative thought in our head, reminding us to be selfish, reactive, and giving in to something external. It's instead of remembering we have the perfection on the inside, we would then reduce and block our senses from clear reality of all being good and perfect and infinite and pure cause and effect, light. Duality is where you can have good and bad. So the work is to stop needing to know. This is the Aquarius healing. Going back to the tree of life, which is pure reality. That's how we make heaven on earth in this age of Aquarius. Each one individually, but also inside of ourselves. If you happen to have any planets inside of Aquarius, especially so, or if your star, Earth sign in the star of the time frame of Aquarius, we can participate in actions of transformational sharing, rising, shining, awakening the senses of our soul, uncovering them. True spiritual perception overrides the physical limitations because the blindness and restrictions which accumulate, we can become enlightened as they leave. So it's almost like when we're stuck in the tree of good and evil knowledge, we'll seek to fulfill perceived lack in the external physicality, but we can learn to see in an unshakable way that the Creator created us already, whole, unlacking, and gave us the infinite desire for true lasting fulfillment, which is only matched by the light. Aquarius sees the big picture. It has an inherent vision for cause and effect and perfection, with detachment from that place to the physical world. It's like a hippie mentality. Cutting off from the world is the way to find happiness and make love and be in peace. And Aquarius gets caught up in feeling aloof or above. You might say they're unique and eccentric, but it can be like separating. So the challenge is not wanting to interact with people or interact or interact with people even though devoted to a path of peace on earth. And having to focus on everyone, there's the focus needed that everyone was created with a unique piece of the creator light inside different souls, but it doesn't mean that we're separate or detached, and that we've all come from one vessel, from that one vessel, the endless soul in the endless world. We're all interconnected spiritually, and what we do affects each of the others. Another part is if we want access to all the manifest good of the creator, we have to get outside of ourselves and help us and help you also get all your blessings and interact with you, whoever you are. Because let's say as the Aquarius or each one individually, because I have to shine and extend my light to others. So it's not just, it's like connecting. So number 4, actions of love, kindness, compassion, tolerance, gratitude, and generosity cause ascension, like rising. And that's the true, Aquarius is like outer space, really. Like Saturn is very far. So very far from where we are, like in a big picture way. So number 5, Aquarius feeling the pain of others will help them to want to help, because then they'll no longer have the false appearance of the separation and disconnect. They're going to feel it too. So that's how we all are unified, and everyone affects each other. Our lights are interdependent. And number 6, can't just orbit via satellite, seeing what has to be done. Have to also move the actual parts. It's like getting your hands dirty instead of staying so aloof and being satisfied with just observing from on top. 7 is, instead of directing detachments to the 1% reality, physical, external, releasing obsessions, and like instead of directing, I made a mistake. What I meant was, instead of directing detachment to others, it's directing it to the physical reality of 1% external, releasing the obsessions, possessiveness, and awareness of being a channel of light, even in the one-on-one connections, which might be challenging. And number 8, I'm one of the leaders of the world, especially someone who has the star sign in Aquarius could feel this way, with the charge to bring peace on earth and harmony and bring Age of Aquarius from its potential to actuality. What are the 3 foundations here? Peace on earth, lifestyle, and nature. You might say this is living in the Torah way. Goodwill to all mankind. This could be like being charitable. It's easy to be goodwill to someone you like, but to all mankind. And then 3 is like living, love your neighbor as yourself. And this is actually equivalent to the whole Torah. This is where we could pray for this. We could pray to be so loved and so light that we could share that with others. I'm going to stop here and continue with Pisces tomorrow. So we've done 11. And next we have Pisces, which is my sign, my star sign. And I look forward to tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.